Hey everybody, Brent here from Custo. Okay, this is the wrong intro. That's from 2014. This is 2015. Need to get a new intro in here. Let's see where it is. How about we use this? That's right, everybody. Brent here from CustomChallenge. I am back as I promised on Twitter. After the new year, I will come back making a video, and I decided that my first video, getting back into things, would be about one of my favorite things in video games, and that is sniper rifles. Now, the video that's going to be playing in the background is kind of something that I put together. However, I've decided that I'm going to try and do this a little more relaxed. So, specifically, the sniper rifle I'm going to be talking about is the No Land Beyond. If you bought this from Xur, the exotic merchant who shows up every weekend, a couple weeks ago, that is the weekend of Christmas, or Hanukkah, or whatever. It's the holiday weekend. Fine, I'll just go with that. Well, if you bought this thing, you may have the same, thoughts as me. It's bad. It's disappointing. For an exotic sniper rifle, as you can see, without a scope, that takes up your primary weapon slot, and this thing has a lot of flaws. Now, it's not all bad. It is good as a novelty gun. For example, if you want to have the extra challenge, or if you just want to run it in patrol, then yeah, it's great. However, for any competitive use, for example, if you are crazy enough to take this thing into the Crucible, if you can do good with it, great, good for you. You are amazing. I brought this thing into the Crucible and hated every second of it. Now, as you can see, I put the perks up on the screen. I'm just kind of going to pan over each of them. But there are a few things that they need to do to fix this gun. For starters, the ammo capacity, like the reserve, is so low. Now, keep in mind, this is taking over your primary weapon slot, meaning the weapon you use the most. So, not having any ammo in that slot, or a lot of ammo, is very, very unhelpful. Now, there are a few ways they can fix this. Obviously, they can just increase the ammo reserves. And in the perks, there is lightweight. You may have seen that up on the screen a second ago. I don't like that perk on this gun. There are so many guns that are so much better that have this perk. Just use one of those if you need that perk. Get the Mida Multi-Tool or Mida Multi-Tool, however the hell you want to say it. Any weapon that gets that, just use something other than that, because this gun is not going to be helpful to you much at all. Mulligan. Not that helpful. The gun is super slow, so having one-shot return, it's okay. I would recommend replacing it with something like Shoot to Loot, where shooting ammo adds it to your inventory. It would allow you to at least play a bit more defensive with the gun. You'd be able to hang back and just collect ammo using the range this thing has. And like I mentioned, lightweight, switch that out for armor piercing rounds. So if you know the whole trick with sniper rifles being able to shoot through walls if they have armor piercing rounds, it gains that. It also can shoot through multiple targets, so it gains that. And, as it says in the description, the increased density allows you to carry more ammo, thus increasing the ammo capacity. And the Master, it increases precision damage and increased damage to targets after getting kills, which isn't all that significant. You may not notice it at all. I certainly didn't. If, for example, they would put kills increased firing speed for a short amount of time, that's a thought. I mean, it would make the gun a little better. So right now on the screen is just some comparisons. I'm going to do some shooting, some looks in between, having snapshot on and off, which is actually coming up right now. And I'm going to compare it between a couple other guns. The Patience and Time, well, one of the other exotic sniper rifles, and the LDR 5001. And the only reason I'm not comparing it against the Icebreaker is because RN Jesus has not been kind enough to give me that gun. So, yeah, what are my overall thoughts on this gun? It's fun! It really is. There's something really satisfying about using it. It's just really bad, and maybe that's why it's so satisfying when you actually do anything good with this game. Now, with this gun, I mean. Now, when I started using it, I kind of started reminiscing, like, thinking about those old World War II games I would play, where I would use a bolt-action rifle, and I would intentionally not run it with a scope just because I liked it better that way. And they did that in World at War, I remember. Call of Duty World at War. And Battlefield, every now and then I'll run a sniper rifle without a scope, just for the hell of it. So having that option in Destiny, a very futuristic game, is really actually quite fun. It's not at all useful. And if you, like I said before, bringing this into the Crucible, I've heard some people say, oh, it'll be great. You'll have all ranges covered. No, it won't be great. You miss one shot and you are dead. Really, everybody knows where you are. Oh, also, another thing to point out, in the Crucible, if somebody's aiming at you with a No Land Beyond, there's scope glint. What the hell? This thing doesn't have a scope. So if they could remove that to at least not make you so much of a target in the Crucible, that's a thought. It's an idea. Just throwing it out there. I've heard other people say the same thing. It makes no sense why a sniper rifle without a scope has scope glint. Because what is it glinting off of? Your bright and shiny eyeball? It's inside your helmet anyway. So, this gun is fun, and if you are still watching this video, thank you for listening to me rant. This is the first video of the new year. I'm going to have some more coming up soon. And I wanted to include this last clip here just as a damage comparison, because not between different sniper rifles, between hitting different enemies. Now, shooting at any, I guess, standard enemy with a red health bar, it'll actually deal some damage. However, shooting at a major or an ultra, those enemies with the yellow health bars, not good. For example, that Vandal, dead, one shot, just like you'd expect from a sniper rifle. This Vandal, nah, that's about a third of the health. So you'd have to shoot it 2 more times. Of course, I can't shoot it again, it just fell off the platform. And again, another example there. But before I go, I just want to say thank you again for watching. And, boom, headshot, dead captain. Thank you for watching. This has been Brent from CustomChallenge, blah, 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 blah. English. This has been Brent from CustomChallenge, saying challenge complete. And stay tuned for more videos in the future.